Morton does a quick cameo.
Forged in the lockdown. Hello and welcome to Critical Questions, the Unfathomable quiz. I've trawled the internet for the best, worst, most interesting and ridiculous dumb questions I can find. And with any luck, my guests will be able to answer all of them. Today we have got with us Linda, who just ran off.
Hello.
Hi, Linda.
Hi.
We've got Purple.
Hello.
We've got Jeff.
Ahoy.
We've got a very nerdy Pickle.
Help.
We've got Amiga Nuts.
Hello.
And we have got Broken Jenny.
Oofda.
Right, before we start, I have to say thank you very much to Wild Eden, who became a supporter while we were waiting for the show. Thank you.
Very good of you.
Yes, it is. Right.
Okay, now as I understand the game, the idea is for the panel to ramble on and prevent Dave from asking any questions.
Does
Yeah.
does my cut go up with his new Patreon?
Your cut, yes.
If that, to be fair,
17% increase.
if that's the aim of the game, to prevent Dave asking questions, I think Stool has the most points.
No, I think Purple's doing pretty well.
If Dave's ball pops, do we win?
Yes. We get a bonus.
Everyone wins, apart from Dave.
But my
Well,
ball
actually,
won't be popping because it's
Dave-
burst proof.
Dave did win technically because he got monetized off the back of that.
He got monetized in the back. What?
Jed's drunk.
No, I'm just on narcotics.
Shit points. I knew I should have asked for a slot.
And the difference is,
one is easier to get than the other. But for the chat's reference, I fell down not too long ago outside in the ice and snow, and I'm just bent up and broken like fuck right now. I'm in huge pain, so I'll try to be as funny as I can. But feel free to laugh at me if you'd like.
I want to know how long your legs are and whether or not they are longer than it is from my ball to the ground.
I have a 29-inch inseam.
What's an inch?
2.54 centimeters.
That doesn't help. Every time you spot Morton, you get a point.
That's probably around 195 centimeters.
No, you fell further.
No, so a meter is 100 centimeters, right? Yeah, well, that's right. So that's probably around 95 centimeters.
How many yoga balls is that?
1.5.
My yoga ball's diameter is 175, I think.
Oh,
it
it
gets
is
a bit
not.
squished, but it gets
That's
squished.
6 feet.
No, you're right. That might be wrong.
Circumference.
It might be the circumference.
Yeah, 175 centimeters is about as tall as Soft Girl is.
Really?
thought
She's
you were right.
tall.
No, 175 centimeters, that's close to 5 foot, isn't it?
175 is like a 5'9".
everybody's got computers and they
that's
can't
about
do the
my height.
I
conversion.
know, we can't do basic maths.
What do you mean?
Right.
I'm whipping out these conversions off the top of my head. Go ahead and find out how accurate they are. They're pretty damn close.
Yeah, but here's the problem. We don't ask questions that have legitimate answers on this show.
Yeah, this is falling into educational.
Well, you're claiming the
Okay,
legitimate answers, but can you prove who the answer's father was?
175
No.
centimeters then would be what? 32 dB? What?
It's 0.9999 repeating equal 1.
Yes. Right, should we do a question?
Yes, but when applied to Avogadro's number.
Should we do a meaningful question?
Right.
Not this early.
Any of the questions.
Not this early, no. Just give it a bit. Yeah.
When the joke show accidentally does a maths lesson. Yes. Right, question 1384. Have you ever re-gifted a present?
No.
Never?
Let me think
No.
about it. I don't know if it really counts as gifting, but you know how like anytime there's a house party or whatever, somebody brings a bottle of martini extra dry to get rid of it, and then it ends up the next time, it ends up just doing the house party sort of circuit.
Yes.
That's happened. That's happened before.
Would it include something I got from the what do you call it now? God, I can't think anymore today. The food pantry. The food pantry, when they give me something, I give it back to the food pantry and as a donation.
Yeah, I think so. Donna goes yes. Sir Little Wolf no. Atheist Donna says booze generally. Nathaniel says lol. Oh yeah, regifted so many. Harmonica Man nope. Never again. Not yet. But I still have that Christmas decorated roll of toilet paper up for grabs. Still looks like Santa too.
I think I told you I got a bog roll for Christmas. It was a Christmas present one year.
My
Did you?
answer is no, but I've let my kids just steal the stuff from me.
Here's the thing. Here's the video. I have given my father the same Christmas present multiple years on the run because he never watched it the first year. He never opened it, so I just gave it to him again the following year.
I did the same, but mine was key so he could get out of his cage each year.
That's his own fault then.
Mort says, I don't think I have. Never guessed it looks like Frosty the Snowman. I think that's toilet paper. You had to go and look at it. Jane, I've forgotten the name. I had to say that again. Junie. I'm going to keep forgetting how to say it, which is really annoying my head. No, but I definitely got things that were re-gifted. But never again I've donated more than a few of them to the thrift store. Nerdy.
Yes, but I have absolutely no idea what it was. I just know in my head that I must have done it. I have a sneaking suspicion. There's a memory there of me doing it. What the actual thing was, couldn't tell you.
I'm with nerdy.
Yeah, I'm sure I've done it at some point, but if it was something I was willing to do that with, it was something that wasn't worth remembering.
Brainbreak says yes, but only because I already had one. Now you got me thinking. I must have regifted something because people are you into computers? Well, there's only half a dozen things you can buy people with computers without buying them actual computers.
Let's just answer, Dave. Was the mankini a gift to you, which you then passed on to MathPig?
No.
How could you even think of regifting a mankini? Good Lord.
To be fair, I'm somewhat regretting gifting it in the first place. It really backfired on me.
Yeah, I can't wait until this year's gift.
It backfired because you never thought he'd actually wear it.
I never thought he'd wear it. I never thought I'd see it again. I thought it'd be funny.
Yeah.
Did you tell him that you'd already worn it?
Shh. I'm saving that one.
Do mankinis right up in your crack?
Yes, right up.
Okay. Ew.
Linda?
That was not Morten.
Was it not?
That
Who was it?
But
How many men have you got running around back there?
It was a small kitty.
dog.
Oh, the dog. Looked like a kitty. I'm crazed.
There are no points for the dog.
Ruff.
Right, next question.
Did you hear that American kennels are humane societies are running out of dogs because of the pandemic. Everybody's home and lonely and stuff and wants a dog, and the dogs are getting hard to find in the shelters.
No.
Helios says, never gift a mankini. It will be worn and you will have to see the banana hammock. Yes, that was my mistake. Helios Donna says, always gift a mankini.
Yeah, my ex bought me a Speedo, failing to consider the fact that anytime I was going to the beach, I was taking her daughters. So, yeah, that was just not a good idea.
I have this older brother, Gary, who is even at a year and a half older than me. He has a body that is absolutely to die for. He is in perfect condition. And he has an extra vertebrae in his back, so he just has this beautiful contour to his body. I was thinking maybe he should get a mankini.
Send him one anonymously.
Oh no, I would have to see him get it. I would love to see his face.
Send him.
He would be so embarrassed.
I have some very complicated questions about your family. Brainbug says he's never worn a Speedo. How could you never have worn a Speedo? You look like you would own one.
Speedos are really humiliating.
That depends.
Yeah, I concur.
Right, next question. Question 1385. At what age did you have a full understanding of how babies are made?
How what?
Babies are made.
As in, I don't understand now.
Yeah, that was my answer. I still don't know.
It's just occurred to me. Amiga, have you got kids?
Yes, I got 3 of them.
There's a Lego set for Baby Yoda, but I don't think human babies are made the same way.
Does it have anything to do with the swamp thing?
Don't call it that. Nathaniel says, I don't know 5. Atheist Donna says, about 9. So Little Wolf says 13. Never Again says, hell no. I knew all about sex, but no one told me about the bloody bits. It was a very rude awakening.
Oh, yeah. My daughter. Wow.
Brainbug says, still waiting on the full story. His wife just turns up. I've got this.
How advanced knowledge are you talking about? I mean, mommy's got a baby in her tummy, or
No, I want the specifics about the DNA recombination.
Oh, I learned that in school. That was like...
That's the level I was going to.
yes.
How to tell you
Yeah, that was...
brown or blue eyes, what colour hair.
See, I'm thinking more of the actual reproduction mechanisms.
I was thinking more, at what point did you understand that Daddy had to give Mommy an injection to start the process?
Yeah, luteinizing hormones and placental attachment and
yeah, you see, now
these kinds of things.
Saying words, and these are all words I don't understand. So I have to say, at what age? It's not something I've reached yet. I haven't reached that age.
Ox says age 9. Harmonica Man says, tell me now, and my answer will be 51.
Yes, can you explain it to us, Dave, and then we can all...
I was this many days old when I learned.
Sandy says, I knew all about sex entirely too young, very, very young. Should have told me all of it instead of leaving nasty books around the house. Parents take note. Yeah. Nathaniel, that, first grade then, because American education is great, don't you know? David Melbourne from Michigan says 10 or 11, I guess. So, did anyone not know by their mid-teens?
I can't remember when I knew, to be honest.
To be honest, I've no idea either, so I can't.
Yeah, I don't really remember either, but I'm guessing it's probably around 10.
No, probably.
Yeah, but it's the same for me. They left books around, so it was after I could read.
It was
I probably filed it away under. I probably filed it away up there under useless information at some point or something.
it was the summer of 1964, so that would have been 10 years old.
10 years old.
We just moved, and there was nobody in our neighborhood yet, and I was bored, and I dove into my mom's medical books. And there was a lot of you.
There's a lot of you. There's a lot of me then. He just says when the joke quiz actually does the talk to foil parents' plans on how to become grandparents. No. My daughter's not allowed to have kids yet. I keep telling her. But no. Right, next question. Echoed. Question 1386. Would you rather lose the use of all motorized vehicles, all telecommunication devices and computers, or one of your hands?
Oh.
Mm.
Wait, is that a
I
three-parter?
probably,
Yeah.
Is it your wanking hand or not?
Yes, your dominant hand. I think. We'll go with your dominant hand.
Okay, I'll go with the hand then.
You'd learn to adapt. Just for a while, it would just seem like someone else is doing it.
Exactly, I'm going with the hand. I'm losing it. I'm getting that new experience.
seeing as I don't have a motorised vehicle anyway anymore, so although I do confess that I do miss my motorcycle at times, so but I'd probably have to go with that.
Well, I'm thinking if I lose the hand, then I'm still allowed to use computerized devices, so I can, just go all cyborg and shit.
Yeah, you can always build a hand.
But then the hands are not
have a
nearly
very
as
promising
advanced.
future.
Well, you're likely to rip something off if you try and use a robot hand.
Well, I didn't say it was going to be hands. It could be a robot dildo or anything.
Have you seen what Boston
Spatula
Dynamics does lately?
Spatula hands.
Yeah, the
I'll become a famous
Do
cook.
You Love Me video. That was great.
As far as adapting, I did a fair job on my right hand that I've got 3 fingers truncated above the top knuckle. And yeah, when I went in for my 2-week checkup and still had it in a fiberglass splint, the doctor was, talking about that, the physical therapy and teaching me to use a fork again. And I told him I'd been hammering nails with it earlier that morning. I actually went and adapted my splint to hold various tool bits. Because I couldn't take a couple of weeks off work for that.
I'm surprised you just put a metal plate and use it as a hammer. Love horses. I give up cars.
Yeah, when you say give up the use of motorized vehicles, though, I took that as not just owning a vehicle, but like you couldn't ride the bus anymore.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to go with that.
I suppose technically for public transport, because it is just the use of it, isn't it?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah.
You'd be limited to a bicycle.
Yeah. That puts it into another light because I do enjoy some travel, but it probably have to be the use of the telephones and the internet then. But then
take the hand.
Take the hand.
Take the hand.
Just have the hand.
See, if you take the hand and you can still use the motorized vehicles, then at least you can dial 999 and call for an ambulance.
And I know a guy who lost both his hands.
But I won't be able to do this to all of you anymore.
You still have one hand.
Yeah, you still be able to do that.
Okay, then I won't be able to do this to
computer, a
you.
3D printer. You could come up with something.
And I could also see that if you lost one of your hands, you might be a celebrity in the gay lifestyle.
And what fucking use is that to me?
Well, you could learn to adapt.
There's no amount of adapting in the fucking world, I'm afraid. I ain't getting laid. I'm not getting laid either way.
You could just do a show and then get money out of it.
Yeah. Pay for pay.
Professional.
You know, there is a whole branch of fetishism that people are into amputees. It's
Yeah,
for that.
It's
Good for
pretty
them.
bizarre.
Good for them.
So Little Wolf said, "Wait, do we have to give up cars? I like chasing them and love my phone, so I'll lose a paw." Harmonica Man says, "Lose the hand. It just gets you into trouble anyway." Never Again says, "You may have my left hand, no problem. But a one-handed typist. Been a one-handed typist before, and I could do it again, no issue." Ricardo, hand, I just need one. Atheist on a hand. Brainbrook says, "Can we replace the hand with a spatula? You can strap whatever you want to it." David Melbourne says, "Horse and carriage." So I'm assuming he's giving up motorized vehicles. Never Again, I can still outpace most typists one-handed. Fair enough. Ox says, "Without hands, a lot of lonely men would be more lonely." Yeah, but they still have one hand.
And like Jenny said, it will feel different. So for a bit, you'll have a new partner.
It won't be right.
No, for most
I
people,
just
it'd be
realised how that
less.
came out.
Yeah.
I just realised how that came out.
now that would be horrible to always be alone and be a widower.
And only have one hand. Maybe? Why? No. Rab says take a hand. Santi says which hand? Your dominant hand. And the bus apparently will not be available.
I'd say take the hand because you can always build a new one. It'd
They
be
don't
an
ru-
interest-
they
it'd
don't
be an
run it.
interest-
Yeah.
it'd be an interesting challenge.
They don't run on time as it is anyway.
Morton says prosthetics is a thing, take the hand. And Never Again says purple, I'm alone and a widow. Helios says...
Well, I mean, I am too, but that means you had a partner at one time.
Helios says replace a hand with a flashlight at 90% equals upgrade. I misread that as flashlight.
Flashlight would work too, though, wouldn't it?
You're not the only one, Dave.
Oh, Linda.
You have a motorized one with Wi-Fi.
Linda,
Yep.
what's your answer?
Take my hand.
Take your hand. Nerdy?
Yes, I think I've already answered, but take the hand. And you did answer, didn't you, Dave?
No.
No, Dave didn't.
We keep forgetting to make Dave answer each time.
Yes, I think we must make a point of that.
Yeah.
See, that would be really frustrating for most women to lose a hand because it's just long enough now.
Just
Depends how
bend more.
Like Morton wrote, prosthetics is a thing. You can get something.
Oh yeah.
Multiple
Dildo hand.
things.
And it can be motorized as well, so it can fully
Yes.
vibrate.
I mean, you get yourself one of those silicon hook things that come around, and I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, the double one.
Oh, keep going. You might have something there.
David Melbourne says, speaking of hammers, I recall walking home from school and seeing some men building a house. A guy was using a hammer. He called me a psychotic little weirdo in Morse code. That
Builders do that sometimes.
Apparently both knew Morse code. If you're that far back on hammers, hit live. We moved on from the hammer. Jenny, what was your answer?
I said take the hand
Take the hand.
because you can always build a new one and you can drive without one hand. You can drive without two hands.
You're allowed in the UK. You're allowed a knob if you've only got one arm.
Oh, a suicide knob.
Right. Next question. Yeah, I like the question.
What was your answer, Dave?
Oh, I didn't answer.
You didn't answer, did you?
We were waiting, but no
Uh,
answer came.
I think I'd give up vehicles. To be honest, I like my hands. My hands are very good.
But that would
Right.
mean no critical questions.
No, I don't need a car for critical questions.
But no telecommunications devices or computers. You couldn't go online.
No,
You
it's
couldn't watch
give up
porn.
use of all motorized vehicles or all Oh, wait there. Shit. I
No,
didn't
you
listen.
did it all.
Crap.
Oh, now that we've all misunderstood the question.
Yes.
Sorry, did I clarify it in a Dave-like style? But no.
I'm sure that was meant to be or when I wrote it. Crap. All right, my hand's got to
comma
go.
there. It's a list.
Yeah, you're
by
right.
hand.
By hand. Hand. Goodbye. Right, next question. Question 1387. Are you for or against the monarchy? You are mostly atheist, so you should be against the divine right of kings. And there is an author's note on this question that says, the author is against it, but would love to see Liz last 2 minutes in an NHS old people's home where you get tea at 5 p.m. followed by a cold shower and lights out at 6 p.m.
What the
Do you
fuck kind of question
Do
is
you
that?
really need me? Do you really need me to answer this question, Dave?
I think you're a true monarchist.
Yeah, I
have-
think
I have-
you know better.
You know what my answer? You know what my answer to that is? What?
I haven't heard a question yet. I don't. That
Me
was
and
just
Jeff
way too
should not
scattered.
answer that question.
Are you for or against the monarchy?
I am
so
against the
this-
monarchy. I think the United States should eliminate it.
Do you? Wild Eden says, can I be neutral about the monarchy? Yes, you can be neutral about the monarchy. Godless Granny says, against kings, period. Nathaniel says, screw the Queen and give us the corgis. Chad says, get that bitch off my money. I find it
Corgis are
really
really
weird.
cute.
I find it really weird that all around the world they call her the Queen of England. Apart from the fact they don't in Canada and Australia. She's the Queen of Canada and she's the Queen of Australia. Ox says no one person should rule. Well,
But they
Jeff,
don't.
well, yes, they do.
Do you really need my? Do you really need me to answer this, Dave? Seriously?
Yes, you do. You have to answer.
Bring out the fucking guillotines.
Whoa.
Jesus. Wow.
Morton says against it. It's run its course. Never again. Seriously, let them go earn their keep like the rest of us peasants. Jenny says against the monarchy that is trying to be pushed by the orange blobs following. Donna says Lizzie is all right, but the monarchy is kind of pointless these days. And what is going on with Linda's colour? What happened to Linda's colour? I wasn't looking.
Gone.
What?
No
Did
idea.
I change color?
Were you a different colour?
So, cue the Schoolhouse Rock song, No More Kings.
Nerdy.
Well, obviously, I'm fully against the monarchy as well. I mean, it's a big, complete waste of time.
Well, then why does everybody always say it's very good to be king?
Well, it is when you're the king.
It is when you are the king.
I mean, if it rotated,
King until all the peasants decide it's not good to have a king.
Mm-hmm.
Linda,
Yes.
what's your answer?
Against.
Against. Purple?
Yeah, I don't think the U.S. should have a king.
But do you think anywhere should?
No, I don't see how it serves any purpose.
Interesting. And ours is meant to be a backstop now to prevent the worst of the worst happening in government. I don't feel she's doing. I don't feel she's doing her
It's
job.
not working. It's not
How's
working.
that?
But in the same way that you're meant to, America's meant to have Senate and Congress to check the president's power. How's that working?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Then-
Divert attention onto us. All right, I got it.
So you're basically saying in that respect, our parliaments works better because it has somewhat checked the monarchy's power, which needed fucking checking.
I kind of don't see Queen Elizabeth as being a military tactician. You know, I don't know that she could really stop anything. Do you? I mean,
Well,
what,
in
the bitch is in her
military
90s.
she has people for that.
There's a good reason that you don't let them have actual any real power. I mean,
Well, it would, in their case, it's that weak gin.
Okay, and as far as military, having people for that doesn't help when you're a bloody island. You need ships for that.
Well, makes an interesting point. Where would we be without Henry VIII's drama?
You'd have, well, no, they wouldn't be alive today, but I guess you'd have like 6 more graves.
Would you all be Catholic?
No.
No,
not necessarily.
No, they tried that when I was born. It didn't take.
All right, I'll be the outlier here. I would not want to see a so-called functional royalty, but I don't see anything wrong with a ceremonial to reflect the past and stuff. I think it should be done with a lot less money than England spends on it.
I think actually, I was a bit harsh when I said bring out the guillotine. I think you should just let them do what they've done for centuries, right? And let them inbreed themselves out of existence.
You see,
pretty close.
Here's my problem. Sir Little Wolf said against. Ricardo says I might be in favour of monarchy depending on if I'm the king. Nathaniel says, FYI, Scar was the good guy in Lion King. Helios says, does the Queen actually hold any power? She ultimately, nothing can become law without her. She has the final say. The problem is, if she was to use it to deny something that Parliament had, I think we'd be a republic the next day.
Yeah.
So she has the power. I just don't think she can ever use it.
I think I think the last time I mean, we've really known a king to exercise any degree of power was George V, actually, that he did pretty much run the government for several weeks in the 30s. I mean, maybe there's been times we don't know about where the monarchs stepped in, because we only found that stuff out about George V like years after he died.
I mean, I find it interesting. I find the idea of having a person whose job it is, if you had an absolute a written constitution, but you end up, I don't have a problem having somebody that is there to deny everything based upon that, to deny or accept as to whether or not. But then you're talking about what is effectively a Supreme Court.
Well, but I mean, the British Constitution is just a spoken agreement between the monarch and Parliament, really.
Yes,
that's all it is.
Well, technically speaking, our Parliament has no power on paper.
Yeah.
Well, part of the problem with a monarch is how they get to be a monarch. You know, that you have a king or queen just because they happen to be the kid of someone.
That would never ever happen in America, by the way, would it ever? You'd never get someone. You'd never get someone who's a total idiot become head of state because of who his dad was.
No, but it's not codified into law that's the only way you can get to that position.
To be fair, the most usual way that the problem I've got is, I'll go the other way. The problem I have got is, from an evolutionary perspective, the royal family have won. They have exploited.
Won?
They have, yes, until now.
Them out.
Until we kick them out, right? But my point being that they have done what is necessary to get themselves to that position. Now that is mostly exploit people along the way.
So what you're trying to say is they're the most immoral and unethical people that you can think of.
Well, I don't think you can call your current royalty that this the pathway of this family was settled generations ago.
I think that the current one has made decisions. I don't know. Has she made any decisions that it's hard to tell.
She decided to marry Phil, so.
Linda, your camera is getting redder as time goes on.
That's my
She's
life.
getting embarrassed. Wild Eden says, "I'm
That's
more
because
pro."
I'm getting closer and closer to hell.
She may have. she may or may not have decided to organise an accident in a tunnel in Paris. I'm just saying.
Wild Eden says, "I'm more pro-royalty than anti-royalty." Never Again says, "The Queen, from what I've seen, deliberately stays out of everything she possibly can. In terms of publicly, that is her role is to basically, she gets so much criticism anytime she gives an opinion on anything political."
Aren't there royals in some of the Scandinavian countries, King of Norway or something like that the nation just loves them and how it's structured, and you can run into them at the butcher shop and they just talk like normal people and all that kind of stuff.
Linda, does Denmark still have a monarch?
Linda?
Yes.
You still do. I wasn't sure if you still did or not.
Is it like are they liked?
Well, some do, some don't.
But I think what Jenny said is right. That there are a lot of the other royal houses that are still left in Europe with far more low key than ours are.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't see anything wrong with England having a ceremonial monarch, but you guys you go way crazy.
They tell us that the Americans would never come and visit if we had a ceremonial monarch, or we kick them out.
But you do have a ceremonial monarch.
Not on paper,
for the most part. But all governments are on paper. It's what they actually do that's what it's about, and she doesn't fucking do nothing.
So Little Wolf says it's middle-aged thinking. Leave it there. Santi says screw all the ruling class, specifically royalty, bunch of inbred blue bloods. Down with the Queen, anarchy in the UK.
Punky Pickle agrees.
Anarchy in the
UK.
Maybe they should have sweepstakes and bring people in at random to breed and improve their genetic line.
Well, how about
you
just
do not? Okay, I'm sorry.
Mistake?
You don't want to know quite how racist some of the papers got about what's her face marrying. Harry.
I can imagine exactly how your papers got with that.
I forgot what's her name. Feel bad not knowing her name.
Markle.
Yeah,
Meghan Markle.
How about just making it a total sweepstake that whoever wins the national lottery gets to be the monarch until someone else wins it?
In terms of genetics, she's the best thing that's happened to the royal family in 200 years.
That's so not true. It's just they don't know who the parents of half the kids actually are. Wild Eden says, look at all the literature and plays, etc., written about Henry VIII, not to mention his daughter Elizabeth. Yes, but that's because you wrote about the patrons rather than the normal people.
Yeah, but if you put the Windsors in profile, you can tell who's who. They all got that chin. Or lack of.
Nathaniel says, hell no, Jeff, bring out the guillotine.
Guillotine, okay? It's guillotine.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Guillotines.
I'm with Jenny on this one.
I like that. Chad says, in Canada, we have the Queen's representative by way of the Governor General, but they're appointed by our Parliament. If they refuse to sign, we appoint another. It's that works. But also makes them pointless. Guillotines are too easy. Bring back keel hauling. Now there is some pain and punishment, says Ox.
There's a great sport.
Nathaniel says, then you have to make the assumption that a government will actually abide by a constitution.
Wait. Can you describe this sport?
Keel hauling?
Yeah.
You tie ropes onto somebody and toss them off the bow of the ship. They sink down below the keel, and if they are still alive at the end, they get off.
No, because if they're still alive after you drop them, you have to pull them back up, which pulls them along the bottom of the ship, which is covered with barnacles. So the chance of them surviving being pulled up again is the issue.
Ow.
Well, yeah, it is kind of right. It is kind of a ride on 30 grit, but you know.
Okay, I've heard enough. Ow. Ouch.
I was giving Wild Eden royalty are largely irrelevant now. Wild Eden, but I love the history of it all. The history of it all is cool because but America doesn't have a good history anyway. Nathaniel says, honestly, never considered the phrase "the divine right of kings," but damn if that's the case. The divine right of kings was how royalty has justified its existence for the last 1,500 years at least.
Our history is just fine. You wussies can't handle having had your ass kicked by a bunch of colonists in the French.
It's the French we've got a problem with. Rainbug says, the bees disagree with all you inferior humans. Jeff says, God save the Queen and her fascist regime. I see. Right, should we do the next question? Before we start, the way we're going, it looks like we're going to start a revolt and take the Queen. Right. I'm going to cough again, I don't want to. Right. Question 1388. Would you rather watch an Olympics that outlawed performance-enhancing drugs, or one that embraced them and let athletes use medical pit crews to jack up their performances?
Oh, that would be fun.
Didn't they make a movie about that? Something? They should.
Oh, could you get some more meth over here?
So the question is, do you want to leave the Olympics as they are now or allow them to have mental pit crews?
Say that again.
So the question is, do you want to leave the Olympics as they are now or allow them to have medical pit crews?
Yeah, if we assume that how they are now is completely fair and there are no drugs involved, yes.
No.
I
mean the way they are now, that there are definitely plenty of illegal drugs in use. It's just how many of them get caught.
Brainbug says Methlympics. Chad says Thunderdome.
with meth.
With meth. Never Again says, who has to pay for all their therapy after they fall apart? I think they should require insurance upon entry.
You see, you're assuming they're going to survive.
No, they're not going to survive very long, are they? No. But I've seen what you do to your football players.
Well,
the handball ones.
Yes.
I think they should give the biathlon people acid. That would really improve that sport.
I don't know if it's a performance enhancer.
It enhances it.
Yeah, I mean, you could have all different categories. You could give people like tracks to go around. Like, here's an oval track, and here's 3 grams of lysergic acid diethylamide. See if you can go around once. Okay.
I'm for like keeping the Olympics. Performance enhancing drugs, but I'm thinking perhaps we should bring some more ancient Greek and Roman games into back, things like the sport of Christians versus lions. Sort of, we could bring that back.
No, that's cruel and inhumane to the lions.
Nathaniel says, embrace Screw Icarus and their investigation. Ox says, and Hussein Bolt enters the pit area, takes 4 fresh shots, and has the Red Bull topped off. Isn't that Running Man? I've never seen Running Man. Never Again says, they might survive long enough to live until they are 90. They may be brain dead, but as long as they breathe, I hear we have to feed them. I don't believe your country follows that rule. Ricardo says, I would suggest no Olympics and distribute drugs for recreational use.
The global Olympics have started.
I don't see them. I don't see them. I don't see any issue with any reason against and not bring mud wrestling in as an Olympic sport.
I would like to see alpine skiing on acid too. That I know that I happen to.
I want to know why it is that you want to see your ideas for the sports you want to see are on drugs that are not going to help them.
Oh no! I disagree with that. It's having personal experience with alpine skiing and acid.
Acid can definitely make you run faster depending on what you believe is chasing you.
Yeah, I mean,
I was going to say, how easy is it to influence someone on acid? And in the sense of, if you two of you are racing down the hill and someone's going to go, tree! Is there a chance that they'll think there's a tree actually there?
Run!
It's a snake.
It might not enhance the performance of the athletes. It might just enhance the performance of the sport overall.
Well, I thought that's what we were talking about. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's
misunderstood.
Well, we're after the entertainment value, really, I think. Nathaniel says, as one of the 17 atheists who is also a dedicated sports fan, do you know what? If you could get us the list of the atheists that are dedicated sports fan, we could fix this problem. I have
the
a really
of the Olympics of atheist and fundamental debate on cocaine.
Let me finish this. I have a really detailed answer to this. At the end, though, let them play. Never Again says, and the Olympics used to be such a lovely idea. It's always been a relatively drug-fueled idea as well. Ox says, I read somewhere that there's a petition to have computer gaming as a sport in the Olympics.
Frisbee.
I wouldn't be surprised. Frisbee's great fun. I used to love Frisbee. Ski jumping should be over something like shark tanks, ponds of gators. Make it worth watching.
I'll tell you what, that would have made that film Eddie the Eagle a lot more interesting.
Wait, so well, what they're saying is that the Olympics need to jump the shark now.
Literally. Chad says, I was a great competitor.
The Olympics jumped the shark in 1996 when they made baseball an Olympic sport.
We should go back to the old traditional method of putting on the Olympics. Everybody's naked.
And by the way, the Americans didn't win the gold medal either. They got beat by the Cubans.
The people that create a sport are almost always never good at it.
We're living proof of that.
Nathaniel's just screamed at you. You'll leave baseball out of this.
Ooh.
Oh my God, I'm lost in it.
I like baseball, but I just didn't think I didn't feel right in the Olympics to me. But I think if your country's going to enjoy it, actually introduce it, thinking that there's no one that could beat them, and then they still lose, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, when it's called our national pastime and we get beat by a much smaller country,
and a country that historically you've had a bit of a rivalry with.
I don't care. I don't care what they do, how they structure them, just as long as they change the name from the Olympics to the Olympics.
Yeah, which I've heard could actually happen if there was enough these performance enhancing drugs can happen.
Yeah, well, the steroids tend to make it shrink up.
Yeah. So
Well, it was heading in that direction when Mitt Romney was running it.
So performance enhancing includes things like Viagra, yes?
Of course. Pole vaulting.
Chad says, I was a great. I was a great competitive swimmer. I was terrified of deep water, so it made for good motivation. Interesting. David Melbourne says, I'm on the list, which means of sports fans that are atheists. I didn't know he was atheist, but I did know he was a sports fan. Go on.
Does that mean? I mean, because I'm thinking about it. If you with the Viagra or whatever, if it's if it's kind of it's going to give you a little bit of an advantage in a 100-meter sprint because just part of you is going to cross the line first.
I wouldn't even have to start the race if that was me then.
What do you mark? Get set. There he's won.
And there's a great example of PADs which wouldn't matter. No drug will give you the ability to throw or hit a baseball. Give them drugs. Yeah, but baseball, baseball on acid, I think, could be fun with them trying to hit the thing.
Baseball players on fucking steroids throughout most of the 90s then.
Oh yeah, that motherfucker.
Maguire. Maguire with Barry Bonds, go through the list.
Right, Linda.
Yeah.
Is that your answer? Do you want athletes to have?
Linda, say what was the question again?
Yeah.
Would you rather watch an Olympics that outlawed performance-enhancing drugs, or one that embraced them and let athletes use medical pit crews to jack up their performances?
I'm with Jenny.
What did Jenny say? Because I can't remember.
I've offered a couple different scenarios.
Do you want to see them all drug fueled then?
Yeah, why not?
I can't figure out which drug we should give the curlers.
The curlers? Speed.
Yeah, give them going like that. Yeah.
Well, I was thinking maybe Geritol, but
I mean, if we could make stoned cricket an Olympic sport, that would be brilliant.
See, you know why cricket's not a Olympic sport? Because the game would start in 1 year and it would finish the next time the Olympics come around.
And stoned cricket would make it 4 times longer.
and then it would end in a draw.
Nathaniel says, by the way, I am joking, but yes, drugs. All the drugs.
All of them.
Lone Wanderer says, nerdy, please do the voice. What voice?
Which voice?
Which voice? The little girl, I think.
Oh, the little girl one. No, I can't now. I've gone the low one. I have to.
Which little girl voice?
Oh, Jesus, that good.
That's pretty good.
Purple.
I care so little about sports that makes absolutely no difference to me.
But do you think you could care if they were all hopped up on drugs?
Only to the extent that it might make it easier to get drugs.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you have to watch it on drugs, otherwise you won't understand what they're trying to avoid.
Hey, if you've got good enough drugs, you won't even realize you don't have the cable hooked up to the TV.
Oh, did you see that episode last night with the mushroom? Or what?
Helios said, as fun as the idea of medical pit crews sound, I would have to go against it because they don't get proper medical coverage, so I can't imagine they would get detoxed. No, I think they'd get treated like shit and thrown away, unfortunately. Amiga Nuts.
Yes. Absolutely.
I think it would start a business with the athletes getting injected with saline and the pit crew selling their drugs.
The pit crews would get their own drugs too, though.
Yeah.
Everybody involved. Referees, officials, organizers, everyone. Strung out on something.
Including the spectators?
Well, in the concession stands, yeah, you could pick up your choice. Sure.
Basically, you're talking about sport at the turn of the last century.
Popcorn, ISIS.
Well, what you're saying
BGP,
is that the referees would not necessarily be watching the same event the audience is.
Oh, look, a squirrel.
I can just see marathoners running around. Butterflies. Butterflies. Oh, they're so sparkly.
You just get the marathon runners stoned. There's no way they're running. Like, I'm not like run 26 miles. Nah.
Well, you put a can of Pringles at the end to motivate them.
The steeplechase guys. The steeplechase guys would be looking for actual steeples.
Yeah, I could see a bunch of stoners doing the 100-yard dash. It would take 2.5 hours.
Helios says, imagine Usain Bolt on speed chasing you with a knife because he thinks you looted his stash.
That could be scary.
It would be terrifying. All the acid and shrooms I tried as a youth, not once did I see these things. Not there, I was disappointed. This is Sandy. I wanted rainbow unicorn kittens, and all I got was the same stuff, albeit a tad funnier, but the same stuff. Right.
Olympic level mubbly pigs. Oh, nobody knows what that is. Never mind.
No.
I know what it is.
I don't.
It's a knife game.
Oh.
It's a knife game.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a game they play in prisons.
And the army and high school swim teams and stuff.
Where did you grow up, Jim?
In prisons and in the army and on.
I was just about to say, Purple, did you just say that Jenny went to jail?
Well, he was only 90 miles south. I was in Milwaukee. He was Chicago.
It was an army prison, yeah.
Next question.
We can hear you saying you're muted.
Oh, he's talking to somebody significant in the background. There'll be a slight pause in our entertainment tonight.
Mano.
Oh no!
Right, next question. Question 1389. If an ex-lover came knocking on your door and asked to die in your arms or with you near them, would you allow it, even if they had mistreated you?
If they've mistreated me, no, they can fuck off.
Yeah, Jeff's answer.
Yeah.
What if they hadn't?
If they hadn't, then it's fine.
Yeah.
I'd spend a bit of time thinking about it, and probably in that time they'd keel over. But I don't know.
So you wouldn't mind them dying, just having your bed for a couple of weeks to die?
No, my arms. It's my bed.
I should say anything about it.
Ooh wee.
I broke Dave and I broke Jenny.
The African humanist says no, thank you. Nathaniel says yes, absolutely every single time. Then Wanderer says, what if the lover left you all their money in exchange?
That's a moot point. It wouldn't matter.
Why?
Because I would let them in my arms, regardless of what they've done.
Can I ask? Is hands around their throat count as in my arms?
No, you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to hasten their demise unless they explicitly ask it, and that's a whole other question.
Am I in their will?
Yeah, yes, that's what I'm saying. If you got everything,
can you use any performance-enhancing drugs while you're doing it?
Only Olympic level.
So Little Wolf says, I'd let them. Chad says, sure, depends on the time commitment, but I have to live with myself afterwards. Lucky bitch gets to die, lol. That's lovely. Never Again says, some of them, but not all of them. The African Humanist says, for money then, yes. Godless Sewing says, I wouldn't open the front door to pee on my ex if she was on fire, so that's a no for me.
No.
What about if it offered you... Lone Wanderer says, what about if it offered you closure?
So then you can strangle them.
Only one I was ever serious about. I've got closure on. So
you killed them.
No.
Atheist admits murder live on.
Microraptor says, does Jeff seductive licking count as him being an ex-lover? We don't have anyone called Jeff spelt like that here, and I don't know.
Seductive licking?
Fuck.
Brainbug says, I assume I probably would, but I'd be terribly uncomfortable, though. Nathaniel says, well, that's also making a lot of assumptions. I have a lot of ex-lovers. That's cheating. I meant Dave. Oh, Dave. So, I was going to say, I didn't think Jeff was very into the seductive licking. Never Again says, now, if they want to give me money so I can watch them die, I think maybe I'll take them all. Okay. If Trump turns up on your doorstep, offers you $300 million for you to nurse him through his last 2 weeks.
No.
Would you like the lazy boy or the couch?
No.
No.
Wait.
No.
Oh, well,
Okay.
Hold on. Hold on. It could be one of those like nursing things, but like just quietly torturing him.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We need definition of nursing.
Nursing in quotes.
Like nurse Ratched, Nurse Ratched sort of thing.
Yeah, well, if I just gag him and strap him to a chair with duct tape and ignore him, does that count?
No, that would be the wrong thing to do.
It would be.
A serious answer. If death is kind of a big thing, and
Yeah.
I wouldn't want anyone to go through it alone.
Even if someone had made you suffer immensely.
Yeah, even if. Yeah, because I'm better than that.
I'm better than them, damn it.
No. I didn't say them. I said better than that.
Fair enough.
That it's.
Even if they were responsible basically for hundreds of thousands of needless deaths.
Like Trump.
I didn't say.
Right there, Helios. Yes, I would, because dying wish and hells. I would even ask if they want to be together for the remaining time. That's sweet. Ox says X. No way, they are X for a reason. Never Again says that much. I'd take it and give it away and film the whole thing for everyone. Nathaniel, yes, because then the 300 million goes right into fucking healthcare. Lone Wanderer says
Okay,
they'll-
I changed my mind.
Do you? Have you? You take Trump.
Yeah, because that's a good idea. Take his 300 million and right into healthcare.
Pay off medical debt.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes. Well, seriously, Jenny has a very good point that it really is the worst thing I could imagine would be just someone dying completely alone. So yeah, well, short of somebody who is an utter psychopath, I think I would feel compelled to help them through.
Yes, and we're talking Trump here.
Yeah, well, I was going back to the original question of an X rather than Trump there, but
I would go back to my point. I am better than him.
You are better than him.
well, that's a pretty low bar.
Where did we get to? Never again. Watch me not be codependent for once. Ginny says, I don't have an ex that I would allow that. Remember that comfort is one thing that we can do for a dying person, even if it means having to kneel and pray for them. That's true. Never again says, we go by an island with a water source. Rainbow says, Dave can certainly fly here and die in my arms, but I'd much rather he come to visit before then.
Oh.
Helios says, for 300 million, I would provide Trump hospice care. Never again. The good I could do with that money far outweighs the 2 mere weeks of misery on my part. Santi says, I still love all of my lovers, even after abuse, so I would gladly watch them die. The way he says that, it sounds like there's pleasure in watching them die. Pray. I try to let it pray. Right, Nerdy.
It's too difficult because Jenny's gone and put it all serious and stuff. But, yeah, for the most part, as long as, like you say, as long as it wasn't someone that abused me in the first place, because then they quite simply don't deserve it. Sorry. Even however humanistic I am.
I apologize. The lithium is kicking in.
You are not allowed to play this game with performance-enhancing drugs.
Why not? Why not? You let me play with alcohol most days.
That doesn't help your performance.
Well, am I doing better today than I would normally be doing?
No.
Well, so the alcohol's not. Well, you're right. The alcohol's not performance enhancing, is it? I'm not drinking today.
To be fair, if you drink enough, you can get more entertaining, which technically, as part of this game, is performance enhancing.
No,
but
alcohol
you don't normally
is a
drink that much.
Dampening drug.
I think there's only like a couple of times where I've been steaming drunk on these, and
yes.
I think one of them was both myself and Jen were completely wasted.
Yes.
So.
Helios says, wait, just realised I'd probably have to change Trump's colostomy bag. 300 million may not be enough. Give him a bucket? Just put the bag in the bucket, let it explode?
Oh, it's only 2 weeks, he can piss and shit himself.
Amiga.
Yes.
Is your answer yes, full stop?
My answer is yes, I would, and I would take all the money and put it to some
good use.
Yes.
A big party for us all. Purple.
Yeah, well, I already did answer it. With what Jenny says, unless it is somebody who was just so completely repulsive, I think that in the end, a good death is all that we're really going for.
Mm-mm.
So giving somebody comfort in their last few days, is just a very noble thing.
Nathaniel says, everyone using my answers slackers. And Helios says, they would still be in my house, and it's not like he would be available to clean up after himself. No, he wouldn't. He'd be dead. Jeff?
I am going to say no.
Not even for the Trump 300 million?
No, because this is a serious answer. I am not the right person to be giving somebody comfort in their last days. I know that about myself. I would be the worst person to be. I would be the absolute worst person to do that. So get them to a bloody hospital and let them go out that way. I'm sorry.
Oh, I didn't say I'd be any good at it, but if they came asking for it,
I wouldn't.
Yeah, that wasn't part of the question.
I couldn't in good conscience do it because I know how bad I'd be at it.
Fair enough. Linda.
Yeah.
You do it?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
If it was Trump, yes, but
You do it for the 300 million.
yeah.
Answer the question, Dave.
Yes. I'd do it regardless. And definitely do it for the 300 million. Right. Penultimate question. Question 1390. Who is the person you hate the most, famous or not?
Don't everybody say Trump.
How can we not?
I don't believe that he's the person you hate the most.
Living or dead?
They can be dead.
Thatcher.
No.
Moving on.
Purple?
yeah, there really isn't much of anybody I hate because hate requires an active effort.
Well, okay, I
And
was
if
going to
somebody's
rephrase
driven
this
me to that
question.
point, I'm just apathetic. I don't care anymore.
I was going to rephrase the question, which is, who do you like the least? So it's that line between you still consider thinking about them. They're still in your head. You don't necessarily hate them, but they're the person the person you're least likely to piss on if they were on fire.
Well, I mean, we could go down through the list of politicians, starting with Trump and going through the U.S. Congress. But, aside from that, anyone I know personally, it would have to be my ex of 12 years because, I felt very used at the end of that.
Fair enough. Never Again says, I think you already know the answer. It isn't Trump. Nathaniel says, Constantine. Ox says, the first white man to set foot in America. Does that include the Norse? Brainprotect says, I greatly dislike the ex who will apparently be dying in my arms. Do you know? Ricardo says, the fucking family next door. Micro says, like a person on the TV show Scrubs, I don't hate you, I nothing you. Yes. Brainbug says, oh, he's in the chat. Chad. That's evil. Nerdy.
I'm with Purple. It takes real effort to be bothered to hate anyone. So I was trying to go through X's, but I'd forgotten half of who they are, so I can't actively say that I hate, dislike, or even think about them. So I mean, the closest I came was Nigel Farage, really, for someone that I dislike a little bit. But there's also
Linda?
Boris.
Boris. Yeah. He's more, but I still think he's more likable than Nigel.
Barely.
Yes.
Only because he's a buffoon.
Linda.
Hitler.
That's an easy cop out. Amiga nuts.
I don't really hate anybody, not even Trump, because he's a malignant narcissistic sociopath. It's it's like he is what he is. As far as actually hating somebody, I can't think of anybody.
Well, who do you not like? Is the most?
Who I do not like the most.
Me.
I can't.
He would
I can't
never
even
say
answer
that.
that. I can't even answer that because everybody is. Wow, how do I explain this? I like and dislike people in different ways. Each person.
Have you met Jesus is Lord?
Have I met him? No.
No, as in on YouTube.
I've probably seen some of his videos and just can't remember them because they were probably stupid.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I need to break away.
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
And even those, religious fundamentalists, I can't hate them. I just can't.
very good.
Because they're the product of lots of things unique to them.
That's very, I'd say, mature.
Me? Mature? Nah.
See, the problem is I struggle to hate anyone because I can't remember hating anybody. If that makes sense, I forget people. I forget bad things that people do to me. So it's very hard for me to hold. But I'm with Nerdy. If I go back, I'd go down the route of either Barrage or that person that quit before Christmas. I can't even know his name.
Cummings.
Cummings. Yes, I hate Cummings.
It's Pretty Patel as well.
Who's coming?
He's
Your
gone.
mind in the gutter again.
He's gone.
Could I also put in an honourable mention for Katie Hopkins?
Again. Can I
Yeah,
join
Katie
you there?
Hopkins. Is...
Yeah.
You can teach me that, Dave, or does it require drugs? Right. Last question. Question 1391. Would you rather be forced to say "milady" every time you address a woman, or yell "I'm an atheist" as loud as possible every time someone says "God bless you"?
The second one sounds a lot more fun.
Yeah.
I
Wait,
concur.
there are people here who aren't doing that?
Yeah, and shouldn't you stick some sort of expletive on the end? I'm an atheist, you knob, or something like that. You can't.
I still think if I said "milady" to anyone, it's not going to to every woman. It's not going to make me any more of a gentleman.
No, it just shows a level of respect on your part.
No, it just shows a level of assuming someone's gender every time.
Yeah.
Well, I could call everybody milady.
Yeah. I think you get
Would that
slapped.
cover it?
No.
Okay.
That would get you beat up.
Yes, so I'm thinking. Microraptor said, "I cringe so much hard I might hurt myself if someone called me milady."
Daddy, the monster's back.
Oh, are we on a new question?
Yes.
Yes.
I missed it.
Would you rather be forced to say "milady" every time you address a woman, or yell "I'm an atheist" as loud as possible every time someone says "God bless you"?
I'm an atheist.
Oh, I already do the atheist thing.
See, they already all made that joke.
I think the the atheist one preferably, because it could be worse though. You could get into like, I'm an agnostic.
Well, also with the milady one, it's your perception of who is a woman, so don't you risk misgendering people that way.
Very much so. There we go. Ox says, I'll go with milady because I'm not an atheist. Helios says, the second one because I like having sex with women. Godless Sewing says, I already scream I'm an atheist in every inappropriate situation I get myself into. So milady sounds amazing. Oh, shit.
See, just try it on Jen, see how it works first.
Never Again says, milady isn't that much different than saying ma'am here in the South.
Can we say it to Ken Ham? Or
Just
Matt
wait. Godless Sewing, I dare you to go the next 24 hours when every time you talk to Jen, call him a lady, but you're not allowed to tell her why.
Unless Jen's been lurking there and not typing in the chat, she's going to know.
Well, and again, to me, it's specific phrasing, because to me, when I say milady, it is specifically showing a rather high respect. That is the only time I would be using that.
Yes.
You can call in a play.
You can call me milady, but you got to buy me the dress.
Just a dress?
No dinner required, just the dress. Yeah.
Well, it's an assembly.
It's an assembly.
So shoes,
the outfit,
handbag.
Yep.
Handbag.
Hairstyle.
That outfit does
Makeup.
not include a handbag. It includes somebody else to carry everything she wants.
All right, that's okay.
Of course it includes a handbag, because where did she put her dog?
Well, those things are really puffy out for a reason. There's things you can store up there.
Yeah.
Never Again says, it would be highly dangerous to scream I'm an atheist and I don't label myself that way. So, it's cheating. Ricardo says, milady possibly to score seems higher. Brainbug says, I'm an atheist. Microraptor says, the milady thing might also accidentally out trans women. Yeah. That's why you'd have to do it to everyone. Nathaniel goes, I'm an atheist and fuck your god and giving me allergies. I like Nathaniel.
Nathaniel's very good at harsh. I like that.
Yes. Have you not watched Nathaniel on Twitter? I'm gonna give him a very nice compliment here. From one of he can be a complete arse in a fantastic way. Right. Right. I've lost everything. Right. Quick answers. Linda.
Yes, I'm an atheist.
You're an atheist. Jeff.
On balance, I don't like either one, but if I'm going to have one, I'm an atheist.
Sirif says definitely yell I'm an atheist. Nerdy.
Yes, I'm yelling I'm an atheist and putting expletives on the end as well.
God bless you.
I'm an atheist, you knob.
There you go.
The worst thing is he had to think about that.
Well, I didn't want to use the same expletive twice. I wanted to use a different one, but then I just went, yeah, I don't know.
I really do already tell people. I don't say I'm an atheist, but I say something along the lines of there are no gods or something like that. Keep your gods to yourself. That kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's normally useful. You bless you, and you say, "Well, fuck you too," is the usual one.
I don't believe in magic. Lone Wanderer says, "I yell it's unbless you We're an atheist. We're an atheist? Robert says, can I say, milady, I'm an atheist, but you can say, oh my god, during sex. Fair enough. Although some people might question your use of the word atheist. No. Judy says, very tempted to say thanks, but I'm an atheist every time someone says God bless. That's even worse. Right, Purple. Last, Jenny.
What?
What were you going to say? What was your answer?
I already do the atheist thing, so if I have to choose between the two, I'm already doing it, so that would be it. But if I can't,
I really have no problem with the atheist thing.
Very good. Right.
You know.
On that note,
Did you answer, Dave?
oh, I'll go with the I'm an atheist thing. Just a little bit, but no, I didn't. Well spotted, bastard.
Well
Does
done, Nerdy.
anyone have anything to shill before we run away?
Just the stream I'm doing with Noodle on Sunday. I think she's got a live stream tonight actually for
She has
herself
one
on
at
her
9
own
o'clock.
channel. Yeah.
Yes.
And then then on, I believe it's Tuesday, I've got Slim Living Cyborg coming on. So
Ilya has got a stream this evening. No,
Oh,
not Ilya.
I-
See, I'm going to screw this up completely crafty. Is why they're in my head in the same place, which is probably not good. About the Irish
That is
baby
not
homes.
good.
It's
that's
a really
definitely not good to get those two mixed up.
no.
No, bad move, Dave.
It's about the thousands of baby kids, babies found buried outside Irish baby homes.
Oh.
So yes, not good. Anyone else got anything chill? Something fun.
Well, as I reject the concept of linear time, I will plug that I will be on Dave's show starting about 2 hours ago.
When's your show next? Purple. When's your
my
next show?
brain aches now.
Is your next show is the one I went? No, that was there was a show this morning. Did you have a show this morning?
Yep.
What day is it?
Yeah,
Friday?
that's why I only got 3 hours sleep before I came in here.
You're insane.
You
Yeah,
got 3
that's
hours?
I
Wow.
was.
Don't
I didn't
tell him.
completely
Don't
wrap up
tell
my
him.
chat until 5 o'clock in the morning, and then I had to be up at 9 to be in here.
Fair enough. Linda,
Yes.
you have anything to show?
Tomorrow I'm playing secular D&D on Rink's channel.
Excellent. And when's your show on?
My TMI show.
Yes.
It's on Thursdays
Excellent.
at 7 p.m. my time.
Nerdy?
Well, if like me, you've got a really, really small data set, and you want to please your neural network with that data set, that's what my next video is going to be about, using really tiny, tiny data sets and generative adversarial networks. Ooh.
Does it work on empty data sets?
Not empty, no. 50 pictures, though. 50 pictures it will work on.
I can pull off 50 pictures.
And then he does his dance.
This is entirely too intelligent. How dare you?
I know.
It's the end
Jenny.
of the show. It's fine.
Jenny!
Well, I hear I'm on this show tomorrow.
Oh, you are? Do you know who else is on tomorrow?
No, I have no idea.
Would you like me to tell you? We have got
Sure.
Katie Montgomery. You know her?
Who's that? Who's that?
Never heard of
Why
that.
don't you tell me?
She's famous.
No.
I thought your description of her the last time we spoke was quite good. You went bright red and gushed.
I don't remember what I said, so it's probably best not to try to repeat it.
Do the bright red thing again.
She was the I'm fairly new to Twitter, and she was the first woman I had a Twitter crush on. I never told her that, but that's
We-
that's
You
true.
get-
now.
you get your
We'll all
jobs
tell her
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
I assume she's not watching today. Why would she?
She wouldn't.
We can
Right.
send the clip.
You can send her the clip. We have also got tomorrow Jen's Little Corner, Sarcastic Barman, Sammy Jenkins, and Brainbug. And it is at 11:30 GMT or 6:30 Eastern. So Jenny might be late or not, or sleep in.
I'll have to go to bed now to get up there.
What
You're
time is
telling
it
me?
tomorrow?
Jenny's not going to be late for it. I guarantee you that.
6:30 EST.
No, yeah.
In the morning?
Mm.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Are
Right.
you setting all your clocks
Oh.
now?
It's giving them all right up all at once. I'll be here.
You'll be here. You sure?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Right. Amiga, do you have anything to shill? Actually, I don't know if Amiga has got any videos. Does any videos himself? And I'll get shot.
No, I don't do videos. Apparently I'm starting to hang out on other people's channels, and and I am a co-host on Linda's channel. So
And you are a very good co-host. And I do love the new icon.
And of course, Amiga can be seen shilling in the side chat all over.
Apparently, Nathaniel has no commitment. He will not be here for tomorrow's show.
yes, I'm here, Jenny. I'm right here.
I just haven't seen the new logo, the new avatar close enough.
A
Right.
I am
male
the
may not
defender
be in
of the
live
ice
chat
wall.
for-
We're
Fair enough.
matching.
It's cute.
It is cute. Right, on that note, I'm going to say thank you to everyone in the chat. You've been an absolute blast. We will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Disney's
Bye-bye.
canon. Disney's canon.
Bye. Bye.